Now please see your question number 11. Again a very good question. Your question is, a person of 6 feet height wants to pluck a fruit which is on a 26 by 3 feet height tree. That means there is a tree. There is a tree which is having a height of 26 by 3 units. 26 by 3 feet is the height of the tree. This is the tree. I will call this tree by some name after some time. If the person is standing 8 by root 3 feet away from the base of the tree. That means this is my base of the tree. Away from the base of the tree, a person is standing. This is the person. I will call the person as B. And the distance between these two, it is said to be 8 by root 3. Sorry, it is 8 by root 3. Right? 8 by root 3 feet is the distance between the foot of the tree and base of the tree and the person, right? That is what is given in the question. Then at what angle should he throw a stone so that the stone hit the fruit? Then at what angle should he throw a stone so that the stone will hit the fruit? Now see here, this is where the person is standing. That means because he is standing at this point, this is the foot of the person, or this is the base of the person. Foot of the person is B, but it is said that a person is having a height of 6 feet. That means the person's head is nothing but this point, which I will call it as A. The top of the person or the head of the person is at a point A. Now this is 6 feet is what is given in the question. AB is given as 6 feet. This is the height of the person. That means if I draw a horizontal line here, this particular value will also be 6, which I will call it as point D here. This particular value of DA is also nothing but 8 by root 3. Right? This is also nothing but 8 by root 3. Now, can I say that from the top of the person, or from the head of the person, or from the highest level of the person, top level of the person, he will throw a stone? At what angle should he throw a stone so that it will hit the fruit? There is a fruit which is at the top of the tree. At what angle should he throw the stone so that it will hit the fruit? This angle is what they are asking. This point I will call it as point E. Now see here, sir. Can I say that the entire distance from this point, I will call it as C. The entire distance from C to E, it is given in the question as 26 by 3 feet. And from C to D, it is given as 6 feet. That means this is nothing but 26 by 3 minus 6. 26 by 3 minus 6. ED value is nothing but 8 by 3 feet, right? ED value is nothing but 8 by 3 feet. Now, they are asking you what is the angle of theta. Theta value they are asking you. Can I say that theta can definitely not be equal to 45? Why it cannot be 45? Because this angle D is 90 degrees. If theta is 45, this angle also will become 45 in that case. So 45 means opposite side should be equal. Opposite to this theta, it is 8 by 3. Opposite to this 45 theta, it is 8 by root 3. Both sides are not equal. So theta definitely cannot be 45. Either it should be 30 degrees or 60 degrees. Sir, why not 75 degrees? I am just ignoring 75 for time being. I am not saying 75 definitely incorrect. For time being, I am ignoring. Now, I have two angles, 30 and 60. And I know a property of 30, 60, 90 degrees. 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees says that if the triangle is of the form 30, 60, 90, if I assume the side opposite to 30 as 1 unit, then the side opposite to 60 will be root 3 units, right? It will be root 3 unit. But the side opposite to theta is what I am assuming as 30 in this case, sir. The side opposite to theta, in this case, it is already mentioned as 8 by 3. That means I will take this as 8 by 3 and I will check it out whether this value I will get it as 8 by root 3 or not. If I get it as 8 by root 3, 30 of my assumption is correct. My assumption of 30 is correct. 1 is becoming 8 by 3. multiply by 8 by 3. Root 3 also multiply by 8 by 3. It is 8 root 3 by 3. Or I can also write this as 8 by root 3. 8 by root 3 is nothing but the side which is opposite to 60 degrees. Yes, if I assume this theta as 30 degrees, this becomes 60. And opposite side of 60 is, according to question also, it is 8 by root 3. Because it is satisfying the condition given in the question, my assumption of 30 degrees is also right. So answer for this question is 30 degrees. Very easily you can solve. Or sir, I told you method 1 also in my previous cases. You can apply method 1 also, where you will apply tangent of that angle theta. Till you will get the same answer. Tan theta is opposite is 8 by 3 divided by adjacent is 8 by root 3. That means 8 will cancel out. This will be root 3 by 3. It is 1 by root 3. Tan theta is nothing but 1 by root 3. Theta will be 30 degrees. Either way you will get the same answer, sir. But I am teaching you in a different methodology which will help in some other problems also which are slightly tricky, which we have already solved many of those cases in our previous few problems also. I hope the idea is very clear with my 11th question of this particular beautiful topic called as heights and distances. Next, question number 12. Again, this is also a very good question. Please pay complete attention for this question, sir. Question number 12. Let us read statement by statement and then draw the diagram after each and every statement, so that the diagram will not be difficult at the end of the complete question. Let us start reading the statement. The angle of the top of vertical tower situated perpendicular on a plane is observed as 60 degrees from a point P on the same plane. That means there is some plane, there is a vertical tower like this. I will name that vertical tower as AB, right? I will name that vertical tower as AB. The angle of top of vertical tower is point B, situated perpendicular on a plane. There is a plane like this, situated perpendicular on a plane, is observed as 60 degrees. From where it is 60 degrees? From a point P on the same plane. There is some other point called as point P on the same plane. From here to here, angle of elevation to the top of that vertical plane or vertical tower, it is mentioned in the question as 60 degrees. This is the first statement. From another point to Q, 10 meters vertically above point P. That means this is my point P. 10 meters vertically above point P, I will find another point called as Q. This is given in the question as 10 meters, right? This is given in the question as 10 meters. The angle of depression of the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. From point Q, foot of the tower is point A, angle of depression is 30. That means if I draw a horizontal line to get the angle of depression, this particular angle is what they are saying as 30 degrees. This particular angle, or because this angle is similar to this angle because of alternate angles, this also will be given as 30 degrees. Your question is find the height of the tower. AB value is what you are interested in finding in this question. AB value, which is nothing but the height. This is what I want to find. Now same logic I will implement once again, sir. This point, this intermediate point, I will call it as C. This is 90 degrees again. If you want to use, anyway I will not use that right angle triangle. So this also is completely 90 degrees. Now see here, let us solve by using method 1. Let us solve by using method 2, and you will realize method 2 is the better method to solve for this question. It will give the answer faster. Anyway, let us worry about method 1 right now. Now can I say that this is PQ, which is 10 unit. PQ is nothing but AC. Both are absolutely same. This also will be 10 units. Now out of total AB, I already got AC value. If I get a BC value, my answer is over. That is nothing but the height of the tower. Now can I say there are two right angle triangles. The smaller triangle is QAP I will first assume that triangle. In triangle QAP, in right angle triangle QAP, angle is 30 degrees in this case. Apply tangent of that angle. Tan 30 is nothing but opposite. Opposite is nothing but it is PQ. PQ value is 10 divided by adjacent is nothing but AP. AP value I don't know. I will call that AP value as X. I am solving by using method 1, which is textbook method, where they will use variables which we are not interested. Anyway, let us use variables in this method 1. So I will call it as X. Tan 30 value is 1 by root 3, which is nothing but 10 divided by X. So X value will happen to be 10 root 3. I got to know the value of X, and X is nothing but AP value or CQ value. AP or CQ both are absolutely the same thing. X value is 10 root 3. Similarly, there is another right angle triangle which is slightly bigger in nature. That right angle triangle is triangle ABP or APB, right? So triangle APB is what I am taking right now. In triangle APB, again if I apply tangent of 60 degrees, right now the angle for this triangle is 60. Opposite is nothing but opposite side is nothing but AB for it. Opposite side is nothing but AB divided by adjacent side is nothing but AP. And AP value is nothing but X value. X value just now we solved it as 10 root 3, right? X value just now we got it as 10 root 3. Now if I continue further, this becomes tan 60 is nothing but equal to root 3. This is nothing but AB divided by 10 root 3. So if I cross multiply, so this becomes 10 into root 3 into root 3. That is nothing but 10 into 3. So AB is nothing but 10 into 3, 30. And that AB is nothing but the height of the tower. AB happens to be the height of the tower. And I got my answer as 30 units. So answer for this particular question is 30 meters. 30 meters is the height of the tower. Now this is by using method 1, where I should apply tangent of 30 and apply tangent of 60, get one of the variable value, back substitute in my second equation, get the other variable value, and finally get the final answer. This is what I am interested in, or this is what I got in this particular methodology of method 1. Now see, observe carefully, sir. Same question. I will once again draft my diagram for your understanding purpose. There is a tower. This tower is nothing but this. Okay, let me draw that line little neatly, sir. It went off in a different way. So there is a tower. I will name this tower. Same variables I will use it here also. I will name this tower as AB. This is my point 1. There is another point called as P. This is, there is a, from the top of the tower there is an angle of elevation called as how much? 60 degrees. Next, from 10 meters away from P vertically, so there is another point Q. The distance between these Q and P, it is given in the question as 10 meters. According to question, it is 10 meters. Now, from this point Q, angle of depression to the bottom of the tower, it is given as 30 degrees. This value is 30 degrees. I will just draw a horizontal line for angle of depression. So this angle is also 30. So this is my point C, right? This is my point C. They are asking you to find the height of the tower, which is nothing but AB. AB value is what they are asking, and no other value is given in the question. This is what is exactly given in the question. Now see here, sir. Anyway, QP and CA both are same. So CA value also happens to be 10 units. If you want, you can take that also. Now see here. If I take, or if I continue further, same logic I will implement, sir. I will take the smaller triangle AQP. If I take this smaller triangle AQP, now see here, everyone observe carefully. QAP is what I am taking right now. If I take that triangle QAP, this is 90 degrees, right? This is entirely 90 degrees, but that is for a bigger triangle. So for a smaller triangle, this entire thing is 90. This is 30 degrees. So this happens to be 60 degrees, right? This happens to be 60 degrees. Now, can I say that opposite to 30? if I assume it as 1 unit. If I assume the value of 30, opposite side of 30 to be 1 unit, then the opposite side of 60 degrees will be how much? Root 3 units. That means, according to my assumption, entire AP value is root 3 unit. According to my assumption, entire AP value is root 3. But according to my assumption, PQ value is 1 unit. According to the question, it is 10 units. 1 into 10 is 10. Root 3 also multiply by 10. That means AP value is 10 root 3, which you have got it after applying some trigonometric function and substituting by variables, which is definitely not required. Very easily within seconds you can find it out. AP value is 10 root 3. Now, similarly, take the bigger triangle. If I take the bigger triangle is BAP. BAP is the bigger triangle. In this, the angle is 60 degrees, right? The angle is 60 degrees, and this particular angle A is 90 degrees. So this particular angle B should be 30 degrees. I hope you are understanding. That angle B should be 30 degrees. Same logic I would like to implement once again, sir. Opposite to 30. Opposite to 30, I will assume it as 1 unit. Opposite to 30, I will assume it as 1 unit. Opposite to 30 is AP. I will assume it as 1 unit. Opposite to 60 then should be how much? It should be root 3 units, right? Opposite to 60, it should be root 3 unit. But according to the question, opposite to 30 is not 1 unit. It is just now calculated as 10 root 3 units. Opposite to 30 is not 1. It is actually 10 root 3. 1 should become 10 root 3. Multiply by 10 root 3. This root 3 also should be multiplied by 10 root 3. Root 3 into 10 root 3. What should be the answer, sir? Answer is 30. Did you write anything called as tan 30, tan 60, then x, y, all those variables, back sub? No, you are not doing anything like the way you did in method 2, method 1. You are actually solving the entire question so beautifully by ANC way by using method 2. Only in diagram itself. Everything you will write in diagram. Proportionately solve it to get the answer so beautifully. Kindly solve by using this method rather than applying this particular method 1 and wasting your time by writing some trigonometric functions or tan or say sine or whatever it is. Directly solve by using this kind of methodology so that it will be very easy for you to solve and understand. I hope the idea is very clear for you people. Now let us solve question number 13. Listen to this carefully, sir. Very good question. Question number 13. Everyone please pay attention. Your question is, at a point on a horizontal line through the base of a monument, the angle of elevation of the top of the monument is found to be such that its tangent is 1 by 5. That means there is a horizontal line. There is a horizontal line. I will name that horizontal line as BC, right? Or BD, for example. I will name it as BD. At a point, you can name anything, sir. I am just representing by some letters. At a point on a horizontal line. There is a point on a horizontal line through the base of a monument. It is through the base of this monument. The angle of elevation of the top of the monument. This is the top of the monument. There is a monument called as AB. This is the top of the monument. The angle of elevation is found to be such that its tangent is 1 by 5. That means this angle of elevation, I will call the angle as theta. It is given that tangent of that angle theta is nothing but 1 by 5, right? Tangent is 1 by 5. That means Tangent of that angle theta is 1 by 5 means it can also be 2 by 10, or it can also be 3 by 15, or it can also be 4 by 20. It can be any of these values. All these values will represent 1 by 5 itself, right? I hope you are understanding. 3 by 15 is also nothing but 1 by 5. 4 by 20 is also nothing but 1 by 5. Or in simple language, tan theta is nothing but 1 by 5, or in other words I can write it as 1k divided by 5k. That means it is in the ratio of 1 by 5, or it can be any other values of 1 by 5 ratio like 2 by 10, 3 by 15, etc., which I am representing as 1k is to 5k. Next, continue further, sir. On walking 138 meters towards the monument, that means I am walking from this point, I am walking 138 meters towards the monument. I will meet a point called as C. This C is nothing but given in the question as 138 meters. The secant of the angle of elevation is found to be root 193 by 2. That means angle of elevation, I will call it as alpha. It is given that secant alpha is nothing but root of 193 divided by 2, or in other words it is 2 by root of 193, which will give me cos alpha. Cos alpha is nothing but the reciprocal of secant alpha. Cos alpha value is 2 by root of 193. Find the height of the monument. That means they are asking you to find the height AB. AB value is what they are interested in finding. Now see here, sir. Simple logic. Simple logic, if I want to teach you, tan theta is nothing but 1 by 5. That means tan theta is opposite by adjacent. Opposite is 1 unit. Adjacent is 5 unit according to ratio. That means, can I say that for this angle theta, opposite is 1 unit. Opposite AB is 1 unit. Adjacent BD is how much? It is 5 units. Adjacent BD is nothing but 5 units. That is nothing but tangent of theta. Similarly, cosine of angle alpha, cos alpha is nothing but opposite adjacent by hypotenuse. For this alpha, adjacent side is nothing but how much? Adjacent side cos alpha is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. That means for this alpha, adjacent side is nothing but how much? It is 2 units. Hypotenuse is nothing but how much? It is 193 units. Right? It is 193 units. That means I know the adjacent side 2. I know the hypotenuse. If I want to know the opposite side is nothing but square root of hypotenuse square minus adjacent square. So this is square root of 193 whole square is 193 minus adjacent whole square. Adjacent square is nothing but how much? It is nothing but 2 square 4. That means there is some, is there any mistake, sir? It is 2 by root of 193. Yes, that is absolutely correct. Okay, there is a mistake in the question itself. That is the reason we are getting it incorrect. This is 12. It is not 2, it is 12. So cos alpha is 12 by root of 193, sir, not 2 by root of 193. That means adjacent square is 12 square is 144. 193 minus 144 is 49. So opposite side will be square root of 49, which is nothing but 7. That means AB value is 7 in the second case. So can I say that according to my assumption, when I took the angle as theta, AB value happened to be 1. But when I took the angle as alpha, the same AB value happened to be 7. That means 1 should become 7, multiply by 7. This 5 also multiply by 7. That means this entire BD value is 35. But as I already said, these are all in terms of ratios. That means this entire thing 7, it is not 7 actually. It is 7k. This also is not 35 actually. It is 35k. That means it can be any other value. It need not be 1 and 5 only. It can be 2 and 10 also in the ratio format. I hope you are understanding. That means this CD value this CD which is given as 138 in the question, this also is nothing but 12k in fact, right? This also is 12k. That means that CD value is nothing but out of total BD value subtract BC value. BD value is nothing but how much? BD value entire thing is 35k. BC value is 12k. That means CD is 23k. But it is also given in the question that CD is 138. So 23k is 138. K value happens to be how much? 6. If K value is 6, AB value is what I am finding. So answer is 7k. It is 7 into 6. Answer should be 42 units. Very easily you can solve the question. I hope you are understanding why I am taking that variable called as k. Tan theta is 1 by 5. That does not mean that opposite side is 1, adjacent side is 5. If the opposite side is 1, then the adjacent side is 5. That is the meaning of it. I hope you are understanding the essence or the meaning of it. It can be 2 by 10 also, it can be 3 by 15 also, 4 by 20 also, 5 by 25 also. It can be any of those. So I just represented as 1k and 5k, so that it will be easier for us to analyze and simplify it. I hope question number 13 is very clear for you people. Please see question number 14, sir. Question number 14. Your question number 14 says, the angle of elevation of the top of a building from the top and bottom of a tree are x and y respectively. That means there is a building. I will call that building as AB. I will call that building as AB. Angle of elevation of the top of the building, which is nothing but A, from the top and bottom of a tree. I will call this tree. Tree is CD. CD is nothing but representing tree, or let me call it as CE for example. CE is nothing but tree. From the top of the tree, angle of elevation is x degrees, and from the bottom of the tree, angle of elevation is y degrees. This is what is given in my question. Next, if the height of the tree is h meters, height of the tree, that means CE value is given as h meters, I will name this as D. So BD also will be h only in that case. BD also will be h only in that case. Height of the tree is h meters. Then find the height of the building. AB value is what I am interested. AB I will call it as Z. So height of the building is nothing but Z. Z value is what I am finding. Now if you observe carefully, sir, if you observe, in all my previous problem I solved method 1, I solved method 2, and in method 1 I used some trigonometric functions like tan 30, tan 60 or whatever it is. In method 2 I did not use trigonometric functions. Directly by using ratios concept I solved all my problems. By using diagram itself I solved it. But in these kind of questions where the angles are given in terms of variables but not the numerical values, height is given in terms of variable, again not the numerical value, there is not even one single numerical value given in this question, and the answer option also are nothing but represented in terms of variables. In such kind of methodologies, I will only use one method, which is nothing but method 1. I cannot directly solve by using method 2 in this case. I can solve by using method 2, but that happens to be little lengthy because no numerical values are there in this case in such kind of questions. So I will prefer using method 1 in this case by using tan of x, tan of y or whatever it is. That means there is a smaller triangle ADC. In triangle ADC, I hope you are understanding when to apply method 1, when not to apply method 1. In triangle ADC, tangent of angle x, let me take tangent of angle x is nothing but opposite. Tan of angle x is nothing but opposite is nothing but AD divided by adjacent is nothing but DC, right? Adjacent is nothing but DC. Now I don't know this AD value. AD happens to be from the entire z value, subtract this h value, you will get AD as z minus h value. That means this is nothing but z minus h. DC value, DC as of now I don't know. I don't know the value of DC as of now. So I will keep it as it is. This is my first equation. Similarly, my another triangle says in triangle, bigger triangle ABE. In bigger triangle ABE, if I take my bigger triangle ABE, now see here sir, this is 90 degrees, right? This is 90. Tangent of angle Y, tangent of angle Y is nothing but opposite of this is nothing but AB, right? It is nothing but AB divided by adjacent is nothing but BE, right? Adjacent is nothing but BE. I hope you are understanding. So BE can be written as AB times of tan Y. But what is AB? AB is nothing but the height of the building, which I called it as Z. It is Z tan Y. Z tan Y is nothing but BE. This particular value BE is nothing but Z tan Y, and that BE value is absolutely same as DC value. Both are absolutely same. So these both are same. That means this DC value I will substitute in equation 1. These all things are prone to happen. These are prone to happen. These all step by step method. If the question is not given in terms of numerical value, there is no other way, sir. So I can write equation 1 as tan x is equal to AD is nothing but Z minus H. BE or DC is nothing but Z tan Y. Right? It is nothing but Z tan Y. Now, if I simplify further, this becomes, can I write like this, sir? Can I write it Z minus H? Z minus H, let me write like this, Z minus H is equal to Z times of tan x into tan Y, Z times of tan x into tan Y. That means Z, what is that I am finding? I am finding Z value itself. So Z minus of Z tan x tan Y, Z tan x tan Y is equal to H. So this is again equal to Z into 1 minus tan x tan Y. Z into 1 minus tan x tan Y is nothing but H. So finally Z value is nothing but H divided by 1 minus tan x tan Y, right? H divided by 1 minus tan x tan Y. But this should be the answer for your question. But think little logically. H divided by 1 minus tan x tan Y is not at all there in the answer options. It is not at all there in the answer options. All the answer options are expressed in terms of cot. Everything is expressed in terms of cot. So you should also make it as a habit to express in terms of cot, right? You should also try to express everything in terms of cot. So then only you will arrive at the answer. Now, if you observe, okay, let me try to solve like this, sir. Let me try to solve like this, so that you will get the answer. Let me teach you how you can convert this to cot. So I can say that it is nothing but Z equal to H times of. Now see here, if you observe carefully, all these things are numerator, it is either multiplied by cot x or it is multiplied by cot y. Suppose if I multiply by cot x, denominator also I should multiply by cot x. So 1 into cot x is cot x minus tan x into cot x is 1. Tan y into cot x, I cannot do anything. I will write it as so tan y into cot x only, right? Yes, sir. So it is cot x and tan y, right? It is cot x and tan y. So finally this should be your answer. But is there any answer option of that sort? No, there is no answer option of that. Somewhere we have made mistakes, sir. That is what I am believing. Some simplification mistake I think we have done. Now see question number 14. Let us solve this very beautiful question. Now let us first read the question, understand it and then solve it. The angle of elevation of the top of a building from the top and bottom of a tree are x and y respectively. That means there is a building. I will call this building as AD, right? I will call this building as AD. If I call this building as AD, top of the building is nothing but A, and there is a tree. I will call this tree as CE, and it is given in the question that from the top of the building, angle of elevation of the top of the tree and the bottom of the tree, it is nothing but given in the question as x degrees and y degrees respectively, right? X degrees and y degrees respectively. This is what is given in the question. Next, if I continue further, if the height of the tree is h meters, this particular height CE, it is given in the question as h meters. If I name this particular point as point B, then find the height of the building. Height of the building I need to find. I will call the height of the building AD as Z. If CE is equal to H, BD also will be H. If the entire distance from A to D is Z and B to D is H, so A to B will be, from entire Z remove H, it will be Z minus H. Now, if you observe this particular question, in all my previous questions, I taught you how to solve by using method 1, how to solve by using method 2. But I also told you that kindly avoid using method 1, because in method 1 you will keep applying tangent of 30, tangent of 60, create two equations, solving those two equations, simplifying. All those things are pretty waste of time. There is a lot of wastage of time which is involved in all those particular method of method 1. So I told you please eliminate those methods. But in this particular question, if you see that the angle given is angle x and no numerical value for angle is given, angle given is angle y, again no numerical value for angle is given, height given is height h, no numerical value for height is given. That means I thought by using method 2 in my previous questions, by using ratios concept, I was assuming something opposite to 30 as 1 and I was converting according to the question as 8 or whatever it was given in the question. 1 should become 8 multiplied by 8. But in this case, the height is not given in numerical value, angles are also not given in numerical values. I don't know what is x value, I don't know what is y value. So in this kind of questions where no numerical values are involved but only variables are involved, in such kind of problems, in such kind of questions, it is always feasible to apply one method, that is method 1. Although that is a little time consuming method, that is the method which is a little easier to apply in such kind of problems where only variables are involved but no numerical values are involved. That means there are two triangles, one is a triangle ACB, other is a triangle AED. Take one by one. In triangle ADE, if I take the bigger triangle, tangent of angle Y is opposite is AD, adjacent is DE. I don't know DE value. AD value, AD is anything given about AD value. AD is assumed as Z by me itself. DE I don't know. So DE will be equal to Z divided by tan Y, or by tan Y I will convert it to cot Y. Sir, how will you know that you should convert tan into cot? Please keep an eye on your answer options. All the options are expressed in terms of cot. It is not expressed in terms of tan. So this is my first equation which I can keep handy for. So in the other triangle, smaller triangle, which is nothing but ACB, again tangent of angle X is opposite, it is AB. AB value is Z minus H. Adjacent is nothing but BC. BC value happens to be exactly equal to DE value, and DE value we know right now as Z cot Y. Substitute it. Z cot Y, I know it. Substitute it. Or let me, if you want, here also DE, here also if you want, keep it as DE itself if you want to. So this is my Second equation is DE is equal to Z minus H divided by tan X, or don't keep in terms of tan, express in terms of cot. It is cot X into Z minus H. So DE value is Z cot Y in first equation. The same DE value is Z minus H into cot X in second equation. If I equate both the things, Z cot X is equal to, sorry, Z cot Y, right sir? Yes. Z cot Y is equal to, so this is not X in this case, this is Y in this case. Z cot Y is equal to Z minus H into cot X. Z minus H into cot X. Simplify. It is Z cot Y is equal to Z cot X minus H cot X. So if I simplify further, so it is Z cot Y minus Z cot X, or Z common, cot Y minus cot X is equal to minus H cot X, So Z will be equal to minus H cot X divided by cot Y minus cot X. If I keep this minus in the numerator to the denominator and multiply, H cot X divided by cot X minus cot Y will be the answer for my Z, and Z is nothing but the height of the building. Answer for this question is option C. Option C should be the answer for this particular question. I hope you are very clear in understanding when to apply my method 1 by using tangent of angles, and when not to apply method 1 and use ratio concept of method 2 when the numerical values are given. I hope you are very clear with each and everything whatever I am teaching for you people. I hope the idea is clear. Just to make it even more clear for you, please see question number 15, sir. Again question number 15. Yes, there is one numerical value which is given in the question, that is nothing but 45 degrees. Only that can help me in some extent. The other numerical value is x degrees. It is in variable format, and the answer options also are in variable format. Exactly like my previous question, I can apply method 1. You can also solve by using method 2, sir. In some cases I will teach you. Let me see. The angle of elevation of the top of a chimney, that means there is a chimney, right? There is a chimney. Let us read the entire question. The angle of elevation of the top of the chimney and the roof of the building from a point on the ground are 45 degrees and x degrees respectively. That means there is a building. This is the roof of the building. I will name it as the building, right? I will call this as the building. Roof of the building, I will call it as a CD, for example. So the angle of elevation of the top of the chimney, there is a chimney here. This chimney I will name it as AD, right? This chimney I will name it as AD. I hope you are understanding, sir. Chimney I will name it as AD from the roof of the building from a point on a ground. There is a point which is on the ground. This is the horizontal level. I will name it as B so that it becomes triangle ABC. So are 45 degrees. Chimney is making an angle of 45 degrees. That means this entire angle is given as 45 degrees, and the roof of the building is making an angle of elevation of x degrees. This entire smaller angle is nothing but x degrees respectively. I hope this diagram is clear. The height of the building is h meters. This height DC is given as h meters, and then find the height of the chimney. Height of the chimney I don't know. I will call it as t meters, for example. I am interested in finding the value of t. Now, same logic, sir. Same logic I will implement. Can I say that this entire angle is 90 degrees? This entire angle is 45 degrees. If this entire angle B is 45, angle A also will be 45 degrees. That means whatever the side which is opposite to angle 45 here, what is the side there, sir? The total height AC is nothing but h plus t. That same height, the same value or the same side h plus t should be opposite to this angle 45. That means BC value is also H plus T. I know now that BC value is H plus T. This is by using method 2 directly I got it. Instead of applying tan 45. Tan 45 value is anyway 1. Similarly, you will get the same value for BC. Do not worry about it. So I used method 2 for a numerical value. But there is another smaller triangle. That is nothing but DBC in triangle. DBC in triangle DBC. There is an angle called as x degrees. That is not a numerical value. I can't help. I need to apply tangent of x and simplify. Tan x is nothing but opposite to the T, the DC. DC height is h. Adjacent to the T, the BC. BC I know it as BC I know it right now as H plus T, right? I know it as H plus T, right? I found out already BC value. Now, can I say like this, sir? Can I say it as this H plus T is nothing but H divided by tan x or H into cot x, right? H into cot x. So I can also simplify further as this T is nothing but H cot x minus H. This should be the answer, because the question is find the height of chimney, which I called it as T, and that is what I got. H cot x minus H is present as the second answer option, which is already present, so mark it. That should be the correct answer. Whenever numerical value is given, definitely you can make use of method 2 by using ratio concept. But when angular numerical value is not given, variable value is given, like x or y or z or whatever it is, try to apply tangent of that angle. There also, sir, can I apply method 2 even when variable angles are given? Yes, you can still apply, but some cases you will get confused, so try to avoid that confusion. Apply method 1 in that case. You decide. I am not saying that you should apply method 1 only in variable case. You can still solve that questions by using method 2 if you are good enough. You can still apply method 2 in that case also. You decide which is the best method for you. My role as a teacher is to teach you multiple directions. I hope the idea is clear, sir. Please see the next question. Question number 16. Again a very good question. Let us first read the question. Two poles of equal height are standing opposite to each other on either side of a road which is 100 meter wide. That means there is a pole called as AB. There is another pole called as CD or ED, whatever you want you can take it. There is a pole called as AB. There is another pole called as DE. These poles are of equal height. Both are absolutely having same height. That is what they have given in the question. Which is 100 meter road, which is 100 meter wide. The length of the road, it is given as 100 meter in the question. This entire length is given as 100 meter in the question. Right now, this is the first statement. This is my first statement. Please see the next statement, sir. Next statement says, give me a minute, sir. Let me charge my laptop. Okay, I'll come to this question from the starting. Do not worry about it. Now please see this question, question number 16. Again a very good question. Two poles of equal height are standing opposite to each other on either side of a road which is 100 meter wide. There is a road. The width of the road is given in the question as 100 meters. It is mentioned that the road width is 100 meters and on either side of the road there are two poles. The first pole is nothing but AB. The first pole is nothing but AB, and the second pole is nothing but DE. And it is given that the height of these two poles which are on the either side of the road, they are absolutely the same. AB and DE values both are absolutely same. From a point between them on the road, there is some point between them on the road, that is point C. Angle of elevation of their tops are 30 degrees and 60 degrees. First top is A, angle of elevation is 30. Second top is E, angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Find the height of each pole. I don't know the height of each pole. I will call it as X. From my method 1, I will call it as X. X value is what I am very interested in finding in this question. And I don't know this BC value also. BC value I will call it as Y. If out of entire BD 100, if BC is Y, CD will be high. Out of 100, remove that Y. 100 minus Y. Sir, why are you using all these variables, sir, which is textbook method? I want to show you the importance of method 2, sir. Method 1 will give you the answer, but not in the best possible way. Now, if I solve, there is a right angle triangle ABC. If I take by method 1 triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, tan 30 is nothing but opposite side is AB, X, adjacent side is BC, it is Y. So tan 30 value is 1 by root 3. So from my first equation I can get that X is equal to Y by root 3. This is my first set of equation which I can have it. X is equal to Y by root 3. Similarly, in another right angle triangle which is EDC, in triangle EDC, there is an angle called as 60. Tan 60 degrees, opposite is nothing but ED, which is again X. Adjacent is nothing but CD. CD is nothing but 100 minus Y. And tan 60 value is root 3. So I can write it as X is equal to root 3 times of 100 minus Y. This is my second equation. First equation left hand side is X. Second equation left hand side is also X. Equate the right hand side, then why are you waiting? So equate the right hand side. If I equate the right hand side of equation 1 is Y by root 3. Right hand side of equation 2 is root 3 times of 100 minus Y. Cross multiply. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. 3 into 100 is 300. 3 into Y is 3Y. Left hand side is Y. So it is 4Y is equal to 300. So Y value will be 75. But what is asked in the question? You are asked to find the height of each pole. Height of each pole is nothing but X value. So X is what they are interested in. Substitute in equation 1 or 2, whichever you want. Equation 1 is X is equal to Y by root 3. So this is 75 divided by root 3. But I don't like a denominator to be a third. So multiply and divide by root 3. It is 75 root 3 divided by 3. 3 into 25 is 75. Answer finally for this question is 25 root 3. Answer finally is 25 root 3. Please see how many steps, how many equations, how many variables, how much of time effort is needed in method 1, and that is the reason I want to show you that method 1 is not the best method by solving by using method 1. If I solve by using method 1 and switch on to method 2, then only you will understand the importance of not using method 1 and using method 2. That is the reason in some problems I will apply both the methods. Now let us switch on to method 2. Please listen carefully, sir. Same diagram I am interested in writing once again without any change. There is a road. There is a road. This road, same variables also I will use it. This road is named as BD. It is given in the question that the length of this BD, according to the question, it is 100 meters. There are two poles. The height of the first pole, it is AB, which I need to find. Height of the second pole is ED, which I again need to find. And AB and ED both are absolutely same according to question. There is a point in between BDC. Angle of elevation from C to A, it is 30 degrees. Angle of elevation from C to E, it is 60 degrees. No other value is given. So this height AB is equal to ED is what is given. No other value is given. How to find AB or ED value is the question. Now see here. Same logic, sir. I will never ever change my approach, which is very simple by nature. Now see here. Same logic I will implement. If I apply method 2, opposite to this, opposite to 30, first of all this is 90 degrees, opposite to 30, I will call it as 1 unit, then this should be 60 degrees, opposite to 30 if it is 1 unit, opposite to 60 it will be root 3 units. In a 30, 60, 90 right angle triangle, this will be the scenario, right? This will be the scenario. Similarly, can I say that this is 60, this is 90, and this should be 30 units, right? This should be 30 units. Same logic I will implement. Opposite to 30, if I call it as 1 unit, okay, 30, 60, 90, right, sir? What we are discussing right now, 30, 60, 90. In a 30, 60, 90 right angle triangle, it is of the ratio 1 is to root 3 is to 2, right? So opposite to 30, if I call it as 1 unit here, opposite to 60 should be root 3. But think little logically, you will get the answer. Little logically thinking, you can say that AB value is equal to DE value. If AB value is 1 here, here also it should be 1. Or here if it is root 3, here also it should be root 3. That means this 1 should be made as root 3. Multiply by root 3, right? Multiply by root 3. This root 3 also in that case multiply by root 3. That means this is equivalent to saying as 1 should become root 3, multiply by root 3, root 3 also multiply by root 3, it is 3. That means opposite to 30 if it is root 3, then opposite to 60 should be 3 units. Yes, that means BC value is 3 units. BC value is 3 according to ratio. CD value is 1 according to ratio. That means according to ratio, total BD value is, it is 3 units plus 1 unit, it is 4 units. But according to the question, it is 100 units. 4 into which number is 100? 4 into 25 is 100. Similarly, they are asking you DE value. DE value according to ratio, it is root 3. According to question, they are asking how much. This also multiply by 25. Answer is 25 root 3. Did we write anything as a tangent of 30, tangent of 60? Yes. This particular notation is actually derived from the same logic of tan 30, tan 60 or whatever. But we are not using it in any problem. We are simplifying that without using that particular notations, so that the problem becomes very easy for us in future solving. I hope the method 1 and method 2 clarity should be very clear. When to use method 1, when to use method 2, when not to use method 1, when to use method 2. I hope everything is very clear and crystal clear for you people. I hope it is clear, sir. Next question. See here, there is another beautiful question. Question number 17. See this question, sir. There are 2 vertical posts, one on each side of the road, just opposite to each other. Okay, that is the first point. This is the vertical post. This is the vertical post. I will call it as AC. There is another vertical post. They are not saying that they are same height, so I am not taking same height. It is DE. just opposite to each other, one on each side of the road. The road is nothing but CE, right? Road is CE. One post is 108 meters high. That means the height of the one of the post, it is given in the question as 108. According to question, it is 108. We know how to solve it. I will find according to my assumption or according to ratio. Then I will convert according to question. That is what we have been doing from the last few problems. From the top of this post, the angle of depression of top and foot of the other post are 30 and 60 degrees respectively. That means there is a horizontal line which I will draw here. Top of this post, there is a horizontal line which I will draw here. Why I will draw this horizontal line? To make sure that angle of depression is calculated. From the top of this post, the angle of depression of the top and foot of the other post. This is the top of the other post. The angle of depression is 30 degrees. That means if I draw a horizontal line here also, that means this particular angle is 30 degrees. Similarly, angle of depression from the top of first post to the bottom of the second post, it is this entire angle is 60 degrees as mentioned in the question, or in simple, this angle is 60 degrees. Let me call this intermediate point as point B, which is not given in the question. Now your question says find the height of the other post. Height of the other post is what I am interested. That means DE value is what I am interested in finding. That DE is absolutely same as BC. Either I find BC or DE. Both are same. So that is what I am trying to find in this case. Now see here, sir. Let me not try to use method 1 again, because I have solved several questions by using method 1. Let me try to apply method 2 directly and try to get the answer easily. Now this is, if I take this smaller triangle ABD, opposite, this is 30 degrees. This is 30. Opposite to 30, I will assume it as 1 unit. If I assume opposite to 30 as 1, then this angle becomes 60 degrees. Opposite to 30, if it is 1, opposite to 60, I am taking smaller triangle, right sir? Smaller triangle is this angle, sorry, this angle, right? Yes, this angle is 60. Opposite to 30 is 1, so opposite to 60, it will be root 3. That means this entire BD value as of now, according to my assumption, is root 3. Opposite to 30, AB is assumed as 1. So BD automatically becomes root 3 according to my assumption. Now that is for a smaller triangle. Similarly, for a bigger triangle, there is another bigger triangle. That bigger triangle is ACE. In ACE, angle is 60 degrees. If that angle is 60, this angle happens to be 30 degrees. Right? Now BD is root 3. C also will be root 3, right? Yes, C also will be root 3. For bigger triangle, 30, 60, 90, if the opposite side is, opposite to 30 is 1, opposite is 60 will be root 3. But opposite to 30 in bigger triangle is not 1. It is already mentioned as root 3. 1 should become root 3. Root 3 should also become 3, because 1 into root 3 is root 3. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. That means opposite to 30, if it is root 3 in a bigger triangle, opposite to 60 should be 3. That means opposite to 60 means which one it is? This AC is what they are referring to. AC entire value should be how much? It should be 3 units. Entire AC is 3 according to ratio, but according to the question it is 108. 3 should become 108. 3 into which number is 108? 3 into 36 is 108. That means, can I say that? Can I say like this, sir? This entire value, if it is multiplied by 36, this value also should now be multiplied by 36. Similarly, this also should be multiplied by 36. That is nothing but BD value. BD also should be multiplied by 36. 1 also should be multiplied by 36. In simple language, out of total 108 units, AB happens to be 36. BC should be 108 minus 36, which is 72. Answer for this question is 72. Very, very simple. And with practice, believe me, you will outsmart it. You will definitely outsmart this method and solve it so fast by using method 2, sir. I hope the idea is clear. Hello? Yes? Yes, it is collected yesterday. Next, question number 18. Beautiful questions which will come in the examination with respect to aeroplanes. Now see here. Let us solve couple of questions with respect to this concept. An aeroplane, when flying at a height of 5000 meters from the ground, passes vertically above another aeroplane at an instant. That means there is an aeroplane. Right? Let me draw it. Okay. Let me draw it. An aeroplane when flying at a height of 5000 meters from the ground. This is the ground, sir. Right? This is the ground. This point I will call it as B. This point I will call it as C. Now, there is an aeroplane which is flying here at a height of 5000 meters from the ground. According to the question, it is given as AB value as 5000 meters. Right? Now, this first aeroplane which I wrote A, this passes vertically above another aeroplane. There is another aeroplane here. This first aeroplane will pass vertically like this, which I have mentioned here, above another aeroplane. There is another aeroplane at a point called as D. At some particular instant, these two aeroplanes are perpendicular to each other, vertically to each other. When the angles of elevation of the two aeroplanes from the same point on the ground, there is a point on the ground called as C, are 60 degrees and 45 degrees respectively. That means angle of elevation from here to here, this is 60 degrees. This is given as 60 degrees. Angle of elevation from here to here, this is mentioned as 45 degrees. I hope you are able to understand the concept. The vertical distance between the aeroplanes at that instant is how much? What is the vertical distance? What is AD value in this particular diagram is what they are asking. Vertical distance between the aeroplanes at that instant is how much is the question. Now see here, same logic once again, sir. Let us not do something which will not interest our methodology. We need to follow that method which we will love it, which we will solve it in lesser time. So this method says this angle is 90 degrees. If I take a bigger triangle, I am talking about, for a bigger triangle, this angle is 90. The bigger angle, angle C is 60. So this angle A should be 30 degrees, right? A should be 30. Now I can say that it is a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, right? It is a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. So if I simplify further, can I say that opposite to 30, I will assume it as 1 unit. If opposite to 30, if I assume it as 1 unit, then opposite to 60, opposite side of 60, which is nothing but AB, is nothing but root 3 units. If opposite to 30 is 1, opposite to 60 will be root 3. According to my assumption, it is root 3. But according to the question, it is 5000. This root 3 is for entire value, sir. Please remember, opposite to 60, entire thing is AB, right? So, according to assumption is root 3. According to question is 5000. Root 3 should become 5000. Multiply by 5000 divided by root 3, because root 3 into 5000 by root 3 cancels, you are left with 5000. 1 also you should multiply by 5000 by root 3, then simple, right? Now that means CB value is 5000 by root 3, AB value is 5000. This is what we came to know at present. Next, there is another smaller triangle. Angle for that smaller triangle is 45. This is 45. This is 90. That means this angle should also be 45 degrees. 45, 45, 90 triangle means it is 1:1. That means opposite to this 45, opposite to this particular angle 45, angle D, if it is 5000 by root 3, opposite to this 45 also, that means BD value should also be 5000 by root 3. There is no need of applying tan 45 here, right? This also should be 5000 by root 3. Simple common sense will give the answer right now. So AB is nothing but, entire AB is nothing but AD plus BD, and we require AD value, which is the vertical distance between the two airplanes. AD value is AB minus BD, and AB is known to us as 5000. BD is calculated just now as 5000 by root 3. So your final answer taking 5000 common factor is 5000 is to 1 minus 1 by root 3, which is nothing but your option C. Very easy way of solving, sir. Anywhere please show me that I applied. I used tan 30, tan 45, tan 60. No, I did not use or did not create any equation, did not use any variables also. I just solved by using diagram itself. And this is the method that you need to implement. I hope the idea is clear. Next question. Again another one question which we are solving with respect to aeroplane. Again a very beautiful question. Please see this question, sir. Your question is, again it's a very good question, sir. An aeroplane when flying at a height of 3125 meters from the ground. That means there is a ground. This ground, I will name this ground as BC first of all. Now aeroplane when flying at a height of 3125 meters from the ground. There is an aeroplane which is flying at a height of 3125 meters. According to the question, this value of DC is given as 3125 meters. 3125 meters from the ground. This aeroplane D passes vertically below another plane at an instant. That means this aeroplane is below another plane. That means there is another plane which is above it, and it is exactly vertically above it at some particular instant. I will call that aeroplane as A. This D passes below A at some instant when the angle of elevation of two planes from the same point B on the ground are 30 degrees and 60 degrees respectively. That means first plane angle of elevation is 30 degrees, and for the second plane angle of elevation, this total bigger angle is 60 degrees. So your question is, find the distance between two planes at the instant. Same question like my previous question. I want to find AD value in this particular question also. AD value is what I am interested in finding. Now again same logic, sir. Please kindly avoid that method of tan 30, tan 60, tan 45 and waste your time. Please avoid that method. Use a different, smarter approach. Now this smaller triangle, if I take opposite to 30, smaller triangle is BDC. This is 90 degrees. If B is 30 degrees, angle D should be 60 degrees, right? That means opposite to 30, if I assume it as 1 unit, opposite to 60 will become root 3 units, right? It will become root 3. But according to question, opposite to 30 is not 1, it is 3125. 1 into which number is 3125? 1 into 3125, 3125. This root 3 also should be multiplied by 3125. That means BC value is 3125 root 3 at present. At present the value of BC is 3125 root 3. This is something I believe that it is very clear for you people. Similarly, there is another triangle, bigger triangle, ABC. In that the angle B is 60. This angle C is still 90. So angle A should be 30 degrees. Now this is a triangle called 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Now 30, 60, 90 means opposite to 30 if it is 1. Opposite to 60 will be in the ratio root 3. But opposite to 30, angle is already fixed or the side is already fixed here as 3125 root 3. That means 1 should become 3125 root 3. Multiply by which number? 1 into which number is 3125 root 3? 1 into 3125 root 3 is 3125 root 3. Root 3 also multiply by 3125 root 3. 3125 root 3 into root 3 is 3125 into 3. That means opposite to 60. Opposite to 60, this angle, bigger angle which is there here is nothing but side AC. That entire side AC is 3125 into 3. That is the value of AC. Now, entire AC is 3125 into 3. DC is 3125 into 1. So, AD should be remaining 3125 into 2. 3125 into 2 should be the answer, which is nothing but 6250. Very easy, sir. And you will not even take the time what I have taken to explain this problem if you have practiced many questions in heights and distances. You will solve this question so fast in such a way that you will solve it within 15 seconds of time. And believe me, that will happen if you practice, sir. Within 10 to 15 seconds, I bet it you can solve these questions if you have practiced a good number of questions in heights and distances. I hope the idea is very clear for you people.